I'm Mrs. Komiak. I am your child's science teacher for 7th grade, and I am talking to you here from my garage. Um, Welcome to online learning. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go through a presentation today. If you have any questions, please email me, and I will show you my email address. So let's start at the beginning. Welcome. Bienvenidos, 欢迎 et bienvenue. I am Mrs. Komiak. I am your child's 7th grade science teacher, and here is my email, Pullman Komiak, K for Kristen, 778 at edmonds.wednet.edu. So who am I? Well, I'm someone who loves working with your middle schooler. I'm part of the middle school community. I have a student who is in 7th grade right now. I am multilingual. Je parle français, 会说中国话, and hablo un poquito español. I love to sail, I love corny jokes, and I love doing anything outdoors or anything that's not on a screen. Why did I become a teacher? Actually, I thought I was going to become a veterinarian or a doctor, following the suit of many people in my family. But I was working in a hospital during 9/11, and I was also substitute teaching just for some extra money. And I really felt like when 9/11 happened, I knew in my heart that I wanted to become a teacher. I really felt like education was key to world peace and a way to contribute and make a difference. I also am just passionate about the rights of children and not labeling children and having them grow. And I just love how creative and community-based teaching is. So I just really love my job. So at AMS, we are kind, we are safe, we are learners. And as scientists, we share ideas. And those are the expectations that I have for your child. And so far, they're doing a great job. So what your student needs to do is every day, what does your student need? And every day your student needs you. They might say they don't. They might say, "Oh, Ma, I can do it by myself." Yes, you want to encourage independence, but they do need you. They need you to know what's going on. They also need good sleep. They need a belief that they can do it, the growth mindset. They need to be at school, at those Zoom classes. They need to ask for help, to share ideas, and to look for the joy, to find the small accomplishments that they're doing. You know, maybe they handed in something on time. Maybe they went to office hours and got unstuck. All those things. Maybe they participated in class. Those are all accomplishments to celebrate. This is hard. This is bizarre, but they are doing good work and they need to remind themselves to celebrate it or be reminded. So this is a poster that I actually have in my classroom. It's of Einstein on a bike. And I love it because I love to bike and I love the freedom of it, but also because it kind of encompasses what we do. You can't ride a bike if you don't show up. Just like you can't learn if you're not there. You can't learn to ride a bike unless you have a growth mindset. So you need to believe you can do it. You need to try again. You need to practice. You can say, I can't ride it yet, but I can. I will be able to. With the right support, getting the training wheels, getting the support you need, asking questions, asking for help. And then also just to find the joy in the activity and to celebrate small accomplishments. So we are a community of learners, which means that we listen attentively, we make mistakes, we share ideas, we respect each other's ideas, we ask for help, and we laugh together. You may know that every Friday or Thursday or Friday, I do joke day. And I think it's actually very valuable just to have that moment of lightness, because that's really important to get through harder times. I know you want to know what's going on in class. What is my student learning? And you can check out the Canvas page, and also I would encourage you to become an observer on Canvas. Here is how to become an observer on Canvas. You do need to get a pairing code from your child. And so when they go to this page, Canvas page, I'm in student mode. It is not denied. But if you go to this Canvas page, you will see that it will ask you like parent of a user, and it will walk you through it. So you can definitely use that as a resource. Okay. So let's go to the Canvas page, and so you can see a little bit more of what it's about. I am in student view, so some of the things are restricted, but this is what your student will see. There is the page, the welcome page, and a message. I do update this every Monday, so please check it. If you're looking for the syllabus to find out more about the actual things that we are learning, you can click here. And more about grading. So we'll be learning about experiments. We're almost at the end of this unit. We'll go into astronomy, earth science, chemistry, environmental science, and then ecology. Okay. The way I want your student to access Zoom is through this Zoom link. So they go here, and then they can just join the meeting. If they're in periods 5 or 6, which they are, they just join the meeting. If they're looking to join office hours, because I teach at 2 different schools, I can't have them linked. Anyways, office hours, they can go right here to get to the office hours. Okay, let's go back to modules. Module is just like a unit. So we are in a weekly unit. So here we are. Here we have week 7. We are working on growing our radish seeds and coming to an end of our experimentation. Every module has an overview, has work for Monday, Tuesday, has work for Wednesday, including the required Wednesday attendance form, and work for Thursday, Friday. You may notice that there are different icons. An icon like this means that it is a web page. It does not mean that you need to turn anything in. It usually has very important information, though, about what you need to do. So this is a web page and with information about an assignment. An assignment looks like this, something where they have to write or type. The other type of assignment is a quiz, a rocket ship, which is a quiz where they can launch off. On Thursday, you can see we have a practice quiz, and then we have a knowledge check, which is just an assessment, like a quiz that we can they will for 20 points that they will take on Thursday and Friday. Okay. So that's how each one works. I want to bring your attention. Let's go through what the overview looks like. So it just says, outlines what we're doing for the week and what we need to submit. And then the lesson. So for example, today we talked about what we were doing with the radish seeds. And then also we talked about, there was a PowerPoint. Now, I will have to get out of the student view, because even though I'm in student view, I'm not an actual student, so I can't see. But your students will have this. It will say, like, authorize it. That's fine. And we went over the different types of data, qualitative and quantitative. Let me show you. We went over qualitative versus quantitative data today. And we also we broke out into groups, and we talked about this, identified that. Then we talked about inference, and what does inference mean? How is it different from an observation? Okay. So that was our lesson. And then their assignment is here. They needed to, the purpose, right? So we're learning about qualitative versus quantitative observations. So we're working with our radish seeds. It's going to ask them to make a copy. Sure. They were asked in the directions to insert your name before it. So great. They will insert their name. You can see it sometimes takes a while for these things to load, even though there is good internet. It's just the way it is. So I'm going to write my name, Komiak. Okay. And then this is what they have to do. We usually give assignments in blue, and when what they have to hand in or fill in is in white as a signal. So they'll have to insert a picture here. Okay. And then on Wednesdays, they always have at least two things to do. The first thing is the attendance form, which they will submit, and then they'll have an assignment. And then this Wednesday's assignment is to practice observations versus inference. So just to give you that overview, again, we always have an overview, a lesson for Monday, Tuesday, and an assignment for Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, we always have the required attendance form. We have an assignment. This Wednesday, we will be giving them a study guide, and then they'll be checking on their radishes. Thursday, Fridays, we usually have warm-ups as well as practice. Their study quiz, their practice quiz. So we have a lesson and an assignment. Okay, so that's about Canvas. How do you check their grades? Well, they will click on grades. I'm not going to do that because I'm not in student view right now, and I don't want you to show everybody's grade. But when you go to grades, it will look like this. First of all, there are only two categories, assignments and summative assessment, that show up in Skyward as ASN and SUM. Remember that Canvas is the most accurate for grades because we are still having problems syncing. There are no deductions for late work, but everything that is submitted to Canvas will receive feedback or graded. Sometimes students wonder, or they say, I submitted it, but if it doesn't show up in the gradebook, teachers cannot see it. I have a 7th grader. I saw him do work on an assignment, and yet it showed up in the gradebook as not submitted. So my ask of you is to check to see if there is a dash, that means it is not submitted. If you see a pen and paper icon or the rocket ship icon, that means it is submitted, but it just needs to be graded. So I would encourage your child, okay, you said you submitted it. Let's just check, double check that. So you can see if there is a dash, they did not submit it. And again, unfortunately, you might have to submit twice because sometimes it just doesn't sync. Okay. Or connectivity is bad. So I know about Canvas. I know how my child is graded. I know there's no deductions for late work, but how does my student get help? My advice is to ask in class. I know that you might think office hours. Please come to office hours. I love for students to come to office hours, and I do have students that regularly come to office hours. However, I really, really, really want your child to ask in class. I want them to ask me in the chat. I want them to unmute themselves and raise their hand, either electronically or just raising their hand where I can see them, so that they can ask for help. Because I know that if your child has a question, somebody else's child has that same question. And it will help me become a better teacher and just a better overall learning experience. So please ask in class. The second thing is office hours. Again, I do have them Monday, Tuesdays, Thursday, Fridays, and Wednesdays. On Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, they are from 1 to 2:30. On Wednesdays, they are by appointment. If you can't find a time that works, we will find one. I know we can find a time that works. So just email me. It can ask me in class, right? Just anything. You can do that. We will find you a time. Why don't I have regular office hours is that sometimes we have meetings at those times, or I will have a small group at that time. I'm also at 2 schools, so sometimes I have double meetings. So that's why I have those by office hours, by appointment on Wednesdays. So I just wanted to review, remember that photo, that showing up is important, that growth mindset, that belief that you can do it, that practice, that asking for help and questions is important, and to find the joy and celebrate accomplishments is really, really, really important. It's hard, but you can do it, and your child can too. Please email me. I have that long last name, but if you type in Komiak, it pops up. Attendance to Zooms is really important. The best way to check is Canvas. I have office hours Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, from 1 to 2:30, Wednesday by appointment or anytime by appointment. And then make sure to find joy and celebrate those small accomplishments. Your children are working hard, even if it sometimes might not seem like it is. So I really wanted to encourage you to find that positivity. So thank you very much, and I hope to hear and see some of you soon. You're always welcome to come to class. That is not a problem. You can join. We appreciate it. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.